extra strength stance, bumping him all the way up to 9 strength, it's going to be fast knockouts.
Yeah, he's going to be looking for those quick hits, those maybe follow-ups in particular. Already going in there, gets a nice sideline nair, but Stardeath with the unarmed, trying to go for that vertical. We've seen a lot of verticals this weekend.
Yeah, I feel like half the time everybody's playing in the reticles off the top part of the screen. It's so incredibly dangerous because you can be above essentially the knockout line there, and as soon as you get hit by anything that stuns you, that's it.
Yeah, man, we've seen some quick knockouts, but right now, blue team, only one of them with a weapon in hand. Stardeath, I don't think I've seen him have a weapon for maybe more than 10 seconds, and he is just trying to pick one up. Finally gets one, but he gets hit by his teammate.
Uh-oh, double off the side. They both split around the weapon toss. One goes high, one goes low. Now they've got Pajé unarmed. He's trying to land. Oh, and beautiful coverage from Gabrielwe33.
That big stomp, able to pick up both blue team members, and he went for the side air, which was a guaranteed knockout on both of them. That's really good for this red team.
Yeah, so that 2-stock lead just a minute into this game. Looking to try and cut it short. They still need a little bit more damage, but Pajé, oh yeah, he bet it big on that neutral signature. Bruxo wasn't having any.
Yeah, that is a classic Taros play. Neutralite, and if they're on the corner, go for the neutral signature. Just because if it hits, that's a big threat. You know what? He's still keeping the stock count even, or slight stock advantage to the red team.
Ooh, and immediately deleted. You know, that's the commentator's curse. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But looking to try and turn that into a little bit of a damage advantage. Pajé's got to be careful here.
Yeah, a little bit. He could end up making it really troublesome for his team if he goes down, but he's still staying even with Bruxo, so it's not a terrible spot to be in, as long as he can put out some of this damage.
Bruxo fighting his way back onto stage. Stardeath rotated over, but oh, Gabriel with a double recovery to stop that rotation.
Gabriel going for that far-reaching side to couldn't get the interrupt there, and now we're seeing the troublesome spot for this red team. Pajé down to his final stock here. Blue team trying to get the power play, but couldn't get a lot out of it onto Gabriel.
Pajé splitting kind of wide. That left Gabriel open for a little bit. Bruxo, Stardeath able to get a ton of extra damage onto him. Now we've got 3 players on the field just ripe for knockouts. There's one.
Nice side air. Trying to get the interrupt. Side C connects onto Pajé. Pajé starting to bleed out here again. This is going to be really troublesome for the red team if Pajé goes down.
So now he's got axe in hand, trying to get a momentary power play. Stardeath recovering wide to the side. Everybody's back in the mix. Oh, Stardeath down to his final. There's that neutral signature. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, but it was on his teammate. That's what we're not looking for.
Listen, it doesn't matter. It's a target. He's got to pad the meters somehow. Come on, man.
All right. You know what? It's a Taros. If it's a knockout, you know
you got to get the moral
Yeah.
victories in there. You know, you got to celebrate just to get yourself back into the game for this last push.
But right now, red team is on this back foot. Pajé's going to have to play this back position. Let Gabriel open it up. Nice down line just to enter it up. But Stardeath with the recovery, but it's evened up.
It all comes down to just a classic 1v1. What year is it? Bodvar versus Bodvar.
The old school, the 2015 closed beta matchup is the Bodvar versus Bodvar. Both of them playing kind of far back. They know how important it is to get this first victory. They're not over-aggressing the way that we've been seeing throughout most of South America.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tense situation. As crazy as the scrambles get, when you've got 4 players just duking it out in the center stage, now you've got extra space, a lot more pacing time that you can work with, and you know this first game of the set that will set the pace for the entire set all falls on your shoulders.
That is a tough spot to be in. Gabriel doing a really good job of denying weapons. He is very slightly more damaged than Stardeath. Avoids the side heavy. Weapon toss not going to connect, but still weapon advantage. Gabriel almost not picking that one up, but Stardeath finds a spawn on the right side.
Both of them just jockeying for position. You see him playing footsies in and out, threatening with the occasional stomp, the occasional side air from Gabriel.
You're seeing Gabriel try to play aerially around that stomp, but he gets caught by the side air. Ooh, just barely off the mark in the spacing there. You saw him try to outspace the side air and turn around. Missing these downlights, finds it, goes for the side air. Gabriel going to avoid the weapon toss, and he can get boom! Not for long. The ground pound connects. Game 1 goes the way of Stardeath and Bruxo.
Man, Stardeath showing his historied, just all the experience he has through so many top 8 singles, doubles throughout the years of Brawlhalla.
Yeah, a very long time
anyone was going to
competitor.
shake at the end there, it wasn't going to be Stardeath.
It was looking scary though, for sure. It was
close.
not a
that
guaranteed
was as
win.
close as it could be, skin of his teeth.
But they close out game number 1, and now Pajé thinking a little bit. They did ban out all these maps. Crystal Temple still on the board. Go back to the map you just won on. Yep, that's going to be the play for Stardeath and Bruxo.
Solid
Gabriel
choice.
And Pajé.
I mean, hey, that's the thing, right? If you just won there, like, you may as well try and run it back because you've got the momentum, you've got the advantage. It worked out for you last time, even though it was so incredibly close.
Here we go. Stardeath not able to pick up the spawn weapon, so blue team at a slight disadvantage. And it's looking kind of similar to how game 1 went, where Stardeath was really struggling to pick up a weapon, still doesn't have one, finally gets one.
All right, didn't take quite so much damage as he did last time, I don't think. So blue team a little bit better footing at the start, which they could actually just compound into an even further momentous lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth reiterating that game 1 started out in red team's favor. They got the initial 2 stocks, and then the blue team just brought it back. Nice stomp, side air, advantage to the red team.
Oh my God! He even charged that one. He charged that one almost all the way. That was brutal.
What a call out. Gabriel put himself out in the open, really obvious, gravity cancel, side heavy. It's like, all right, come punish me. Pajé's like, all right, I'll punish you for trying to hit my teammate.
Yeah, it's like he already had essentially the landmine covering his teammate. Oh, but immediately answered back. Now, instead of just 2 stocks being gone in the first minute, this game, we've got 4.
Even game for game number 2. Gabriel not able to pick up a weapon. There it is, sword on the left side. Meanwhile, Stardeath kind of winning out this 1v1 against Pajé, but disarms himself.
Beautiful coverage from Stardeath, giving Bruxo the opportunity, the slight window to make it back onto stage.
He's just trying to play that support role. Bruxo putting out a lot of damage. Nice nair connects onto both red team members. Blue team looking like they could get the advantage here in just a little bit. Side air connects onto Pajé. Can they finish the stock off? No, Gabriel's just going in. Bruxo's in trouble. He gets the wall touch.
Oh, Pajé was able to just get over that ground pound. Bruxo, you know, he's got to be feeling a little unhappy about that one. Oh, and immediately fires back for the double, back with a vengeance.
Went from unhappy to happy real quick, real roller coaster of emotions for Bruxo.
Yeah, you give him the chance, he's going to get those.
But now the stock advantage is heavily in favor of the blue team. Red team's going to have to bring out something big if they want to climb back into this one.
Oh, look at the immediate rotation, and now just eddying their way back onto Stardeath. They have those momentary power plays just kind of rotating back and forth, splitting the blue team wide.
After this game, I'm going to need you to explain what eddying means, because my brain's saying Ed, and Eddy, and I don't think that anyone wants to Ed, and Eddy a match.
Eddy, like when a river gets caught in one side and it creates an eddy current that just kind of loops around, goes back and forth.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after this one. Game 2 so far, though, even stocks. Deep red for Pajé and Bruxo, and you see Stardeath looking to get more damage onto Gabriel. Pajé still unarmed. Neutral stick connects onto Gabriel. That's going to split the red team. This is a huge opportunity for the blue team. Still can't get the stock just yet.
Uh-oh, there's the slap. Now they've got Pajé left alone. Fastball special, Pajé options dwindling. Oh, okay. Took the hit, but managed to survive.
Yeah, that hit helped him. Neutral sig.
Are you kidding me?
He's gonna steal that one away from the blue team, winning in the 1v2, the clutch situation, and Pajé and Gabriel gonna even it up 1 apiece. Back to the Eddy comment, though. For real, it sounded like if I was at a spelling bee and I was like, yeah, can you use that in a sentence? And they just said, when you eddy a current. And okay.
Well, that you can feel free add that one to your vocabulary.
Yeah, I'll Google that one after this.
If you go rafting, canoeing, you know, don't get caught in the eddy current because you'll just kind of be caught looping around.
Do you know there's a basketball player named Eddie Curry? Man, that's got to be rough.
Ooh. And then there's also edible curry. Delicious.
Yeah, shouts to edible curry. I'm a big fan of the Japanese curry. But I'm also a big fan of these South American 2v2s. And of course, no character swaps, just a map swap here as we go to the Great Hall for game number 3.
So map change, I think that's the right call, you know. Bruxo Stardeath managed to get the first game, Gabrielwe and Pajé. Yeah, they really stole that one at the end there. So
yeah,
probably looking for something
close.
a little less volatile.
Something that maybe they're going to be a lot more confident in. I mean, the blue team was looking so strong at that midpoint of game number 2. But here we are, game 3, 1 apiece. Gabriel picks up a hammer. Damage is being put out on all directions. No huge swings just yet.
Yeah, you always got to feel at least pretty okay whenever that's the case. It's just that slow march forward towards those first knockouts.
Yeah, you want to just try to keep that pace right now. Gabriel's in trouble, and he's got to be afraid of this edge guard from Bruxo. Bruxo was doing such a good job just side air slapping him at the end of game number 2.
Oh my gosh.
Do it again.
Hit him with another.
Trick him out with the neutral light, but another SIG could take out either of these blue team members. The high ceiling of Great Hall helping out Stardeath here.
Man, Pajé is a threat with the handoff. Gabrielwe cleaning up that second stock, lead to the red team.
It is a bull seeing red on all sides, despite the fact that it is on the red team, but it's Gabriel who is the deepest in the red right now for his team.
Uh-oh, Pajé is now unarmed, getting juggled. He wants to get up there for the weapon. Has the time and the wherewithal to get the little handoff combo. But the blue team answers back with a quick double.
That was really well done from the blue team. You saw Bruxo hit the side air onto Gabriel and then immediately spot dodge to avoid the punish from Pajé, and Stardeath was right there to clean up that stock, keep the stock count close.
Ooh, Stardeath going gutsy with the ground pound there. It's always kind of that question of, all right, when he situated himself between both players, which one is he going to dash towards? Because you know it's going to be some explosive movement.
He's definitely going to try to push forward. Bruxo on the left side avoids the hammer toss and is going to be able to get back up safely.
See, Bruxo and Pajé, they are the ones most damage on their teams. You get that checkerboard pattern up in the top right. Oh,
Big
off of the bounce. Bruxo down to his final stock.
You can see Stardeath, he was not confident in the way that he hit that downlight, so opted to go for a falling side air. Catching the movement from Pajé still wasn't enough to keep the stock count, even as the damage is coming out. Stardeath loses his second stock, and Gabriel holding on tight on the second stock.
I think the main thing to watch here is Bruxo. Just took a chunky hammer hit back to back that sent him into the red. Still unarmed, needs to find a weapon, needs to stay alive. His teammates even hitting him with the hammer. Bruxo may not be long for this world.
Bruxo's really struggling here. Everything is hitting him, and he is just getting pinballed around. Left side, though, the side.
Oh, no!
Not a worthwhile trade for Stardeath, and now he has to do the 1v2.
Man, this is gonna be rough. I guess, you know, Pajé had that that team kill earlier, so just seems right to even it up.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you gotta pick when you even it up, you know? Like,
yeah, that was a pretty disastrous time for that to happen. Stardeath has his work cut out for him in this 2v1. So
Choose
far
your
doing
battles.
a good job not getting caught in any combos, not letting Gabriel and Pajé sandwich him.
Ooh. Nice little team damage. And like you said, Stardeath doing a really good job. He's going to play to these outside positions. Anytime he's in the middle, it's because both of the red team members are either not together or they're stacked up. But over on this left side, again, Gabriel, these hammer hits are going to send him really close to this kill box.
Ooh. Smart for Stardeath to just get those couple hits and then immediately rotate away. But the stomp sider, that's enough to do it. Gabrielwe securing game number 3 for his team. They're now up 2-1.
That right there is the quintessential reason why we say try not to ground pound on stage, because you kind of just lock yourself down there, and Gabriel just sidestepped it and stomped it out of the house. And now we're going into game number 4, and Stardeath going to switch up the characters to the Ragnir.
Ooh, okay. little extra spiking power. He's got the guitars. They're a little bit more quick stick and move. And then he's got some power in that axe.
Yeah, might try to lean the maps into something more edge guardy if you can get the opportunity. But meanwhile, everyone else still thinking about their character picks for game number 4.
Yeah, Shipwreck Falls would be certainly a good pick. Maybe Miami Dome, you can lock out your edge guards a little bit more. I'm curious to see what they end up leaving open.
I love an Apocalypse. I think that can work really well for the Buccaneers out there. Meanwhile, I don't expect any character swaps from the red team. Yep, it's going to be the Terrace Bodvar, and now it's just on Bruxo. What's the character that works well with Ragnar? That's my question.
Ooh. Man, I don't know if the Nimue was like explicitly a problem there. It was just some of those instances where you just got juggled and hit by everyone in turn, and it wouldn't have mattered what legend you were on. You were unarmed. You were just getting knocked around. Maybe that would kind of have you lean towards a higher defense pick? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Like, it's hard because
defense stance at least.
Yeah, okay, definitely defense stance. I was gonna say it's hard because a lot of what Bruxo's doing is actually straight up like doing really well with the spear and the Nimue Sigs. Like you see the Nimue spear, neutral Sig in particular, and the side signature in particular do really, really well. And so it's gonna be hard if they want to make a character swap. So of course they're gonna be sticking with it. But actually banning out Shipwreck here. There's some pretty decent walls across all 3 of these maps.
Okay, yeah. You've got one platform, maybe like half a platform, depending on how it moves for Mammoth Fortress, however you want to classify that. 2 platforms for Miami Dome or 3 for Small Enigma. Pretty good spread. Mammoth Fortress is the pick.
Yeah, just some good old Count Chocula platform counting right there. But we're going to go with the number 1 Mammoth Fortress for game number 4. Bruxo and Stardeath, 1 game away from getting knocked out of the bracket. Like we said, this is the lower bracket. This is do or die.
So immediately, the damage advantage, you know, Bruxo and Stardeath, they're showing that they might have what it takes to turn this around.
We saw him try to get that interrupt there on that neutral light, but ended up just diving inside of it though.
Ooh, Bruxo almost getting another spear recovery onto Pajé. You see Gabrielwe and Pajé now in the knockout range. They got to watch out.
They've definitely taken quite a bit of damage. One thing that the blue team doesn't really have going for them is those big, heavy-hitting, like, hammer, right? Like a stomp side air. Definitely going to get the knockout. But Stardeath doesn't really have a tool like that while the side sig lands on top of him. Woo!
Oh, geez. Now the damage is starting to even up. Bruxo unarmed for quite some time. Now onto that orb.
Can't quite get the knockout on Gabriel.
Lead.
Ooh, nice downlight side air. Trying to even this one up. Pajé charging it up, and Stardeath has enough movement to get away from that one.
Bruxo, yep, enough options to comfortably make it back. Gabriel just tossing a weapon to make him think about it. But Pajé, as he crests the corner, taking that knockout.
Yeah, you saw they recognized how much movement Bruxo had, which is why Stardeath wasn't making any sort of rotate or an attempt to help, but instead Gabriel was still watching, and Pajé ended up getting that rotate over for the side air. Oh, he interrupts his teammate from the stomp there.
Man, that's always just kind of, oh my gosh. All right, yeah, a little bit of friendly fire, but it scores the knockout. That's absolutely worth it.
Stock for some damage, 100% worth unless you are behind. Oh, that was a deep ground pound.
Yeah.
Same exact thoughts. Finally, the side air will even up the stock count. Bruxo trying to avoid it. He needs to hold on to this stock. Stardeath has to keep him alive. That's not how you keep your teammate alive.
Yeah, trading some damage for a stock, that's great. Taking some damage with nothing gained, you can't do that a bunch.
Especially not when your teammate is deep red. The Nair going to finish off Bruxo's stock, put him down to his final stock here in game number 4. This is looking rough for this blue team.
Yeah, they got to find some solid footing. Bruxo getting it there with the orb combo. Almost tags Pajé, but he manages to dodge around.
Oh!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Gabriel, guarantee it. Pajé, you bumped your head. No.
Man, that is just kind of unfortunate, but hey, listen, he scored the knockout. He got a ton of damage before that happened. I mean, you got to imagine the kind of lead that they would have had otherwise, but now we're down neck and neck. One stock apiece all around.
There's this glimmer of hope that has been put out there for the blue team, and it relies on Bruxo living and Stardeath being the point person. But right now, blue team split, and the side sig connects. It's all on Stardeath to keep the dream alive for the team.
All right, so this might be a little bit of what he was looking for with the Ragnar swap. He's got those Katars. They're a stick and move weapon. Everything is incredibly quick, so he's not going to plant himself in anywhere where he can get punished for too long, even when tagging the opponents.
Imagine switching to a Katar character because you have you're already planning for the 1v2.
Oh, jeez.
It's a bold decision.
Oh!
Stop side air. Perfect. Stop side air
Oh
again.
my gosh,
Stardeath
they're
in
looking for
trouble.
these handoffs. They're so aware. Stardeath now needs to find a weapon. There it is, dropping right overhead. He's got the axe. Again, a decent clearing weapon, especially if you can just tag somebody with a side air, split them wide. Oh no. Oh
That's
no.
it. Stardeath and Bruxo are going to fall. Gabrielwe and Pajé continue the lower bracket tear and are now going to be going up against Nose and Nagi in the losers quarterfinal. What a run these South Americans are making.
So keeping the tradition alive of 3-0s or 3-1s, that's all we're dealing with today here. Man, you just grab the momentum and you never let go.
For what it's worth, I will say that the 3-0 doesn't show how close some of the moments were inside of those games, but still very confident finish for Pajé and Gabrielwe, and they now get to take a short little break as we go to the other side of the lower bracket. You can see way down there, we're going to be going into Kiner, Ackerman, and Hyper versus Fiend and Baltazar.
All right.